Hello and welcome to the TCF Morning Show. It is Thursday, September 10th, and today, Boomy is now a 30-year-old man.
30 years, man.
30
It's the big
years.
3-0
Like I said,
today.
I'm the only, I guess peak away for a little bit, but I'm the only one in on our 20s on the show. But today is Boomy's birthday at Boomy TCF. Give him a shout out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. It is, and also with the cool shirt from his wife. Gotta give a shout out to his wife for an awesome shirt.
Great shirt. She did great this year, man. Probably, and I'm not saying anything about her gift giving in the past, but this might have been her best
I like that shirt.
best gift set. This is in my top 5 shirts I own. So she did a great job this year.
So happy birthday to Boomy. Hopefully you have a great weekend. I said we got a bonfire on Friday night, so
Yep,
that'll be fun. 30 years old, Boomy. Can you believe it?
man. It's one of those things that like you don't really. I literally didn't even like contemplate the number until today. And it doesn't really mean anything, like life is still going to go on. Things are going to be the same, but it's definitely a milestone. So we'll take it for what it is.
Yeah, like you said, just another birthday, really, truthfully.
Exactly.
But I am Zach Lilly. You can follow me on Twitter at ZLilliaTCF. The main page is at typical_Chicago. Instagram, Facebook. Type in Typical Chicago Fans. Follow us on all social medias, please. We put all of our podcasts and all that kind of stuff on our social medias. So check them all out. Go over to YouTube. Type in Typical Chicago Fans. Subscribe to the YouTube page. Like I said, we put all of our videos of our morning shows, our podcasts, our food reviews, anything that we do, we put out on our YouTube page. Also the video. So go subscribe to the Typical Chicago Fans page. And wherever you get your podcast from, if it's Apple, subscribe, rate, review. Spotify, follow us on there. If it's Spreaker, shout out to Boomy's uncles. And if you get it anywhere else, wherever you get your podcast from, if it's somewhere else, type in Typical Chicago Fans. You will be able to find us on there. So you can always keep up with all of our shows. Shout out to 26shirts.com Chicago. Go over there, get yourself a shirt, and then at checkout, type in Typical Chicago Fans at checkout, and you will get 15% off of your purchase. Again, that is Typical Chicago Fans at checkout, and you will get 15% off of your purchase. Help us out. We're helping you out if you can help us out with that. For the 15% discount, Typical Chicago Fans, they got shirts, they got a hat, and they got some flags over there. So make sure you go and check out 26shirts.com Chicago and follow them on all social medias. Boomy, again, happy birthday. I don't know what you said, you were doing something tonight for the birthday with the family.
Yeah. Yep. Well, it's also, and I have to take this opportunity to wish my wife a happy anniversary.
Oh,
I got
yeah.
married on my birthday.
I think
So
you and
it's
my
4
sister
years.
both got married on your birthdays.
Yeah, we're geniuses. We'll never forget our anniversary. So today is also my wife's and I's 4th anniversary. So we're gonna go get some dinner, try some new places, get some cake with the family, and then back to the grind as always. Man, get ready for another show.
Yeah, and it's one of those things though. It's weird to give out gifts on your birthday.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a little strange the first anniversary, but it's something you get used to. So yeah, and it actually kind of works out because like you're looking around for ideas when people ask you like, what do you want for your birthday, and then you come across something you're like, hey, this might work. She might like this. So it has worked out pretty nicely.
Love it, love it. So again, happy 30th birthday to Boomy. He joins the 30 and over club. You and Maddie. Are now.
Igor will be joining us in 6 months.
Yep, and then I got about 5 years. So
yeah, hopefully we'll be celebrating your birthday on here.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's get into the topics this morning. First topic, Boomy. What is going on with the Cubs offense? Struggling again, gets struck out 10 times again. I know Trevor Bauer. Trevor Bauer. Shout out Troy Bauer. Look at that. He gets a little subtle plug on the podcast.
Ricochet shout out.
Yeah, Trevor Bauer. What the hell? What is
man.
this offense doing? I don't. Is anyone batting over 250 on this team?
Dude, it doesn't seem like it. I mean, I
Maybe
don't have the
Ian
stats
Happ.
in front of me, but maybe. But even then, like, 10 strikeouts 2 nights in a row. And Trevor Bauer's had a good year. I mean, he's only 4-3, but his ERA is 1.74,
Yeah,
which is
because his
actually
team just
lower
kind of
than you,
stinks.
Darvish. Yeah, exactly. He's not getting a lot of help. The Cubs only managed to pick up 3 hits in 7 2/3 over him. And like I said, he's good. He's having a good year. But like, if you're going to compete for a Central Division and you're going to compete to make a run at the World Series, like this stuff can't happen. They get shut out for the first time all year. You Darvish, don't get me wrong. He had a bad first inning. He gives up a 3-run home run, but he gave up 2 hits in 6 innings.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta. I
Like,
know he shouldn't give up the 3 runs, but give him a little support. I mean,
for
there
a
was.
team that was as offensively as good as they were those first 16 games, and I hate to keep harping on it because we talk about it all the time, but for a team that's been as successful at the plate as they were at the beginning of the year, the fact he gave up 2 hits and got 3 in return, like, come on, you got to get out. Like, somebody's got to step up and be like, listen, we're tired of having no situational hitting, no clutch hitting, and it's got to change, because if you're going to be this inconsistent in the middle of a game in September, then what are you going to do when it's playoff time and those games count even more?
Because luckily for the Cubs, their division has been struggling, so they've kind
Yeah.
of been in first place. Still, kind of got the Cardinals and Brewers, kind of in second place, I would say. Right, the Brewers are.
Yeah,
Did you
Cardinals
see
are
the
2.5
Brewers? Did the
out.
Brewers put up like 20 runs today?
Yeah, something silly. No, they won 19-0, and then the Braves turn around and won 29-9.
Jeez, oh, my goodness.
Wish we would have bet those overs, huh?
Yeah, that would have been nice. Yeah, but this
But no,
this
like, you nailed it though, because like, even like statistically speaking, the Reds are not out of it. They're 5.5 games
yeah, and
out,
this Cubs team should
and
be they should have a
they're
10 they should
19
have a
and
10-game lead
24.
right now. They
Oh,
sh-
at least. I mean, St.
it's-
Louis is in second place, breathing down their necks, and they're 18 and
and you
17.
go back to the first 16 games. Yes, the offense played pretty well, but the pitching was what kept them really in a lot of games too. You know what I mean? Like they had some
Yeah,
phenomenal starts from their starting rotation there at the beginning of the season, and now you're kind of seeing the rotation kind of struggle, and you're seeing this offense not being able to keep them in games. It's just we had one chance last night. The Cubs did. Ian Happ had a liner to second base. That was
yeah.
about their only chance they had. Where they had bases loaded, and that was about the only scoring opportunity they really had. I think they had first and third at one point maybe, but they're just not giving themselves any chance to stay in games because their offense is just not there. And then they score 10 runs in one game and then can't sustain that over the next few.
Yeah, and I will be, optimistic silver lining guy. The best team in the National League is without a doubt the Dodgers, and they're 31-12. They've got a 4-game lead on their division. But the Braves, I mean, after that, the Braves are leading the East. And they have the same record as the Cubs. Actually, they have one less loss, but they have 25 wins. So it's like the opportunity is going to be there. But if you're going to be inconsistent like this, and the Braves are actually starting to hit, kind of a stride. They're playing fairly well more recently, or within the last week, I'd say. But you got to get the consistency down, because you're not seeing. I think we saw Chris Bryant is back to being possibly on the
Yeah, he got hit in the elbow and it's
IR.
swollen.
Yeah, so it's somebody's got to step up, man. It's like last night was great, 2 triples out of was it Bodie and Baez, or Kipnis and Baez, whatever it was, doesn't matter. But the inconsistency is very concerning. But there's enough time. This team does have enough firepower, and there's guys who have underperformed, so that there's a good chance that if these guys can perform at their averages and what they've done throughout their careers, they're going to have a shot. But right now, you got to start turning around quick, because what do we say, 25-19? That puts you at 44. We got 16 games left.
The season will be over before you know it, and this team is not trending in the right direction right now, especially offensively.
no, got to get it figured out.
But the team that is trending in the right direction is the White Sox. They win big in Pittsburgh, 8-1. Back to their offense being hot. Dunning looking good. I mean, he said they won 8-1. Their rotation is pitching well. Even the game they lost against the Pirates really shouldn't have been a loss if Grandal could have just maybe held on to the ball there. They would have at least got the out at home. But this team, like I said, the Cubs trending in the wrong direction. This team trending in the right direction with the playoffs coming up here. Offense staying hot. They are officially in first place by a game. This team, like I said, hot when it counts. Kind of started off the season a little bit in the opposite direction of what the Cubs were doing. The Cubs started off hot, and then the Cubs lost it, and this team figured it out, and they have kept it moving.
Yeah, that's a great bounce back win last night. I mean, out of them, that's, it could be a little demoralizing losing to a team like the Pirates, but man, did they bounce back on it tonight. And, they, like you said, the starting pitching is the thing that we've always given, that's been their Achilles heel, and it's been good.
Yeah,
even last night,
they lose that game. Starts out of guys you would never thought.
Yeah. So, if they can stay hot, and I mean, it kind of looking at it from the other perspective, the Cubs are in a bad division. The White Sox are in a tight one. Really good Minnesota team, an above average Cleveland team who the Cubs will see here next week. So, you've got to stay hot, because if you're not, you might end up on the outside looking in of that division, unfortunately.
And if I know Pat Beals is listening, I think they have about 3 more wins than the Cubs now. The White Sox.
Yeah, they have 27. The Cubs have 25.
2. And
yep. So I think Pat's gonna, if things continue, Pat's gonna end up with a free meal on me and you.
Well, you know what? It'll be well deserved, because the White Sox have been playing very well this season, and hopefully
we're giving credit where credit's due.
Yeah, hopefully the Cubs can get hot in the playoffs, and hopefully the White Sox can stay hot in the playoffs, and hopefully we have a crosstown series. World Series, but we still got 2 more games. I think it's the end of the season.
Yeah, I think like the second to last week of September, maybe the last week. I can't remember off the top of my head.
We'll still have a little fun with that, but hopefully the Cubs are still in the spot, because, like you said, they are in first place comfortably a little bit, but it can still go wrong, because the way that they are losing.
Cardinals got 2 games today, I think. So I mean, if they win both of those and the Cubs lose, it could be quick. With
their offensive struggles too, it's just not a good time for that.
Yeah, now is really when you're going to see, what David Ross is made of, and can he rally the troops and finish this thing off, because the last couple weeks have not been pretty. He looked like the best damn manager in recent history the first 16 games, and it's been very mediocre since.
You can only coach so much. Your players got to do something on the field, and the offense is just not been there. Yeah. But let's move on.
You got a lot of fire under somebody's ass, because it looked like a very offense.
The Bears still with a little bit of. We had Eddie Pinheiro. He's out week 1. Now Robert Quinn did not practice yesterday with an ankle injury, and then Khalil Mack was limited at practice with a knee injury. Cordell Patterson was kind of limited. I don't really know what that means per se, but it's not good. It's just not good to hear. Hopefully it's just all precautionary, especially with like a Robert Quinn. You're just trying to get him ready. No really reason for, I guess, him to practice. But hopefully it means nothing. But when I saw it on Twitter today, it does give you have to give that a second look. But speaking of that, we're just that was a brief note right into the NFL is back, Boomy.
Back, baby. Hey, what a birthday present.
Look at that. Boomy's birthday present is we have the Houston Texans going to Kansas City to play the Chiefs. I think there's fans at this game, I think.
Yeah, I think like 16% of the stadium is allowed to be full.
So I want to see how that goes. LSU is going to have like 25,000 people there. That's going to be crazy. But, yeah, we got football back. We got Thursday. We're going to have a full slate of games Sunday. But, Boomy, Who do you like in this game?
Man, and let's use this to jump into our NFL. We'll use this. We'll cut it up. We'll put it in the NFL stuff because we're gonna get back on our pick show. If you remember watching from last year, we do our pick show every week. So I'll be honest, man. I like the Texans getting 9.5. I think that there's a lot of good things going on down there. I think Deshaun Watson obviously he gets talked about a lot, but at the same time, like he does get kind of that shadow from Patrick Mahomes, being in the same draft as him. And I think they have a lot of nice pieces down there. Now, do I agree with some of the moves Bill O'Brien made? Absolutely not. But you know what? At the end of the day, I think they still have some firepower down there. I think their defense is still pretty good, but at the same time, give me that over at 54.5. So I don't know if the Texans are going to win, but I think they're going to keep it within 10 points.
I agree with you on the over. I will disagree with you on the team. I think that the Chiefs will go out there. They will cover the spread. I think they're going to win by like 2 touchdowns or something. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to go out there, new contract, and it's going to be this Chiefs team. I'm not saying they're going to repeat or anything, but I think they're going to have another good year. And this team is going to be good to go for a while here. They got a lot of their key players kind of locked down for the future. But I think that the Chiefs are going to come out and have no Super Bowl hangover and get a big win against the Texans at home with a little bit of fans there. Maybe that'll play into it.
That might. That very well could. I just worry that this game could be a little sloppy with no preseason.
Oh, yeah.
In the same breath, I was listening to Warren Sharp talk about it, and back when they had a minimal preseason, I think it was back in 2011 or 2013. So whenever the strike almost happened, the overs in the first 2 weeks hit on a 73% clip. So really look at that over.
Let's go. Let's hit all the overs, and we'll see.
I think that both teams are going to be a little. I mean, obviously the Chiefs played a longer season, and I think that the Texans, like I said, they're no slouch. And I always I don't know, it's my dumb brain, the way that the Chiefs started games in the playoffs last year. Remember, they were getting down 14, 17 points going into before the Super Bowl. I think if they spot the Texans anything, they might still pull it off, but I think it's going to stay close.
I love it. Like I said, it's just nice to be able to bet on some football. We got the NFL back in full force here. Like I said, we'll have more on the NFL on our pick show we'll have out here before Sunday. But we're just giving you a little preview of that with our picks here. I think did Matty give us his picks, or?
Matty did not send us his.
Maybe he's
Matty takes an L to start the season.
He's really putting in the work.
Yeah, something like that.
I love it.
I say he just starts the year 0-2.
No. He'll get his pick in before the game starts. So,
all right, you're nicer than me.
What do you mean? I think that you think he's okay.
No, I'm kidding.
I know. Boomy is the meanie though.
Yeah, that is true.
But let's move. Well, the NFL is back, so like I said, we'll get more into it on our pick show. But it's gonna feel good. It feels good waking up this morning with a little bit. It's getting a little chilly, a little crisp in the air, and then we'll get a little football tonight. I think it's 7:20. Let's go. We got the
football weather for sure.
Little weird college stuff going on yesterday. The ACC, North Carolina, we're talking about letting every team into the NCAA tournament. Would be 360-something teams.
353, I believe, if that number is correct.
I don't know what the hell, how you would even... Joe Lunardi had to make the tweet that said, this is just not going to work. Well, no, duh, it's not going to work. But I think it is kind of a fun idea. Let every team in.
Yeah.
If you're in college basketball, you could at least say you made the tournament, and every team could have a banner that said they made the tournament. But, Boomy, do you have any idea where this idea came from?
From what I read, it was just some of the conferences, like you said, the ACC just kind of floated this tournament because of the fact that all of the teams that would have made the tournament last year, ended up not getting their NCAA tournament. And, this year is probably going to be a weird one anyway. So Not really sure where it was based out of or kind of what came up or who exactly came up with it. But I mean, I love it, man. I absolutely love it. It said that the 15 ACC men's basketball coaches, every team in the ACC supports this, which is it's crazy even to think about how they're going to make it happen. But I mean, I love it. I absolutely love it. It does say that would make with everybody, in like not suspensions, but what do they call it when they're banned from postseason play? There's 346 teams that would be eligible
That'd be
there's
crazy.
yeah, but I mean you would see like think of some of the really good teams like the Dayton Flyers versus like Central Connecticut in the first round, like a 1 seed versus a 64 seed, like. I'm all for that.
Like you
I
said,
am
there's
all
no
for
way
that.
it's gonna happen, but it's a good thought because I just don't see. I guess the
I mean, if you
alternate
do,
bubble.
the only way that I could see it working is if you just say you're playing a conference season, you get 15 games or whatever it is. The biggest conference is, I think, like 15 or 16 teams. So everybody gets 15 or 16 games, and then you literally just play it out. And then obviously you would have to do like some, if
Crazy,
you lose right away, then, you go to
crazy
a
like
different.
bubble.
Yeah, it would take an insane amount of planning. And I'm glad that if they are even talking about doing an expanded NCAA tournament, I think what the actual middle ground is going to be is that there will be a tournament of like 130 teams, something, like a double the regular size. But this is a good way to start it so you can kind of get in the planning phase and whittle it down to what it's going to be. I am all for it. Give me games starting at 10 a.m. for 6 weeks straight. I'm all for it. Give me all 346.
That would be cool. Like games all day, every day. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be
And
fun.
every game means something. And you're going to see some crazy upsets if that's the case. But I'm not holding my breath on it, but I love the idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea. It's good something to be a topic to talk about. But
I'm
there's
glad I'm not on that planning committee, though.
yeah, that'd be wild. But the
Unbelievable.
NBA playoffs, we're watching. Oh, we're not. This game is over. The
Yeah.
Clippers Nuggets game. The Clippers are going to win this game, and I just don't. I think the Clippers are going to take this series.
Yeah.
And then there's Game 7 between the Celtics and Raptors. Will be I think Thursday.
Yep.
No, Friday night.
Friday night. Yeah.
Game 7. Tonight we got the Lakers. Why am I drawing a blank? Oh,
Rockets.
and the Rockets. Sorry. We'll have to kind of see if the Rockets can come back and try and get back into the series. I just don't think they got the. They have to really click on all cylinders, and they're just not doing that right now. They can't get Russell Westbrook and James Harden to play together well, and just a total defensive team effort. It just seems like this Lakers team is just gonna bully their way to a series win.
It's a very similar situation to the Clippers Nuggets. I felt like the Nuggets had to win tonight. If you go down 3-1, it's over. And it's the same thing with the Rockets tonight. You've got to do so. And if they click and everything works like it did in Game 1, but man, it just feels like LeBron and AD almost like I don't want to say don't try in Game 1, but it's a very like feel out the situation and then we'll attack later.
Well,
like you don't want to obviously
they prepare for the second game so much better because
and then when they come in like bloodhounds, man. It's just weird to see, but obviously it works. They're playing well, and I just can never give my trust to James Harden, Russell Westbrook, but they've got to put something up tonight because if they go down 3-1, that series is over.
Yeah. So we got the Lakers, and then you already have the Heat waiting on whoever wins Game 7. So that will be.
We've been blessed with some amazing series
games
so far.
The Raptors Celtics game went to double overtime, a crazy ending, an awesome game. Like I said, we've really been lucky to have such great NBA games so far.
Yeah,
I am
absolute blessing.
And like I said, I think what did Pat send us today on Facebook? It was. The NBA, NHL, NFL, and all four major sports are playing tomorrow.
Yeah, MLB, NBA, NHL, NFL are all playing on Thursday and will be this weekend, I believe. So this is like one of those
Sunday.
few times a year Sunday, where we see every major sport happening. And that's, man, as two degenerates like us, that's like
beautiful.
Christmas.
We've been waiting.
Every couple times a year.
Went through some weird times with sports a few months ago, but we're getting rewarded for it now.
Yes.
But Boomy, do you have a wacky web story for us?
I sure do, and this one is painful to even hear about. But a woman in the country of Zambia in Africa, for those of you that don't know where Zambia is at, took a bite out of her husband this week. Actually, last week, and she took it out. Yeah, I'm trying to find the right words to say this, but she bit off his member. And if you know where I'm getting at here,
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, Abraham Musanda is from Kitwe in Zambia. Him and his wife were separated. They were living in the same house but living in different rooms. The wife comes home and finds a rat in her bedroom. And so she goes into the husband's bedroom where he's sleeping and demands that he removes the rat from her room. And he wasn't having it. She came home after drinking with some friends, and he just didn't want to deal with it. So she ordered him to get rid of it. He said no. They get in a fight, and somehow she managed. I don't know why. If they were fighting nude, I don't want to know. But at the end of the fight, our guy Abraham lost his most valuable possession. So. Yeah, your week could be going terrible, but at least you're not Abraham Masunda from Zambia. That's a tough week.
Yeah, that is 1 week.
I have a great week. It's my birthday. It's my anniversary. It's perfect weather. And this.
Ruin it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That would turn things.
That would ruin things. But again, a big happy birthday to Boomy. Big 3-0 today. Boomy at Boomy TCF. You can follow me at ZLilia TCF. The main page is at typical_Chicago. Instagram, Facebook, type in Typical Chicago Fans. Follow us on there. Go over to YouTube, type in Typical Chicago Fans, and please subscribe to the YouTube page. And then go over wherever you get your podcast from, type in Typical Chicago Fans, and please subscribe, rate, review. If it's Apple, Spotify, follow us on there. If it's anywhere else, just go Typical Chicago Fans, and if you will find us wherever you get your podcast from. Shout out to 26shirts.com Chicago. Use the promo code Typical Chicago Fans at checkout, and you will get 15% off of your purchase at 26shirts.com Chicago. Again, that is Typical Chicago Fans at checkout for 15% off of your purchase. Again, shout out to 26shirts.com Chicago. Follow them on all social medias. Boomy, anything else?
Like I said, one last time, I got to give a happy 4th anniversary to my wife who deals with us. She sits probably right above us here in the living room. And, for the first couple years, let me and you just hang out in the basement and watch nonsense, but stays up late and lets me be as loud as I want down here. So shout out Jesse. So happy anniversary.
Love it. Happy anniversary to you guys. Happy birthday to Boomy. This has been the TCF Morning Show, Thursday, September 10th. We love you all.
Peace.